Jupiter for your husband, part 3. If you've got Jupiter in one of these signs, it's highly likely you're going to meet your husband at this particular place or go to these places to meet your husband. So this is part 3. We're up to Jupiter in Sagittarius. You could meet this husband of yours if you have Jupiter in Sagittarius at a higher education and learning facility like a college, university, some sort of higher education and learning facility, or he could actually be a professor or a teacher there, or works at a higher education facility or college. You could meet this person horse riding or something around horses, gambling, could be at the races or the greyhound races, the horse races, anything like that. It could be around some sort of event where there's competition and gambling's involved. Could even be the car races, but I would say that's a little bit more Jupiter in Aries, or maybe even Jupiter in Gemini, or Jupiter in Leo being a high-end event. So I would say for Jupiter in Sag, it could be going on a horse ride, like in a group. It could be going to a horse clinic. It could be going to some sort of fun thing that you do with horses. It could be a rodeo even. It could be like a hike, a trek. It could be a program that you're doing with horses that could be like a psychological program, like healing some sort of fears or something like that around horses. Jupiter in Sagittarius could definitely be somebody from a foreign background or who you meet traveling at a distance, and that's a long distance. So it could be over the seas, interstate, or overseas, literally. And that could just be a very key thing. You could meet this person in an aeroplane. You could meet them flying. One of my previous clients who consulted me about a future husband met her husband, on a flight. Yeah, on an actual flight. You might meet them in the travel business or travel and tourism business. They might work in the travel and tourism business. So it could be on a tour, could be on a cruise, could be just something, overseas, far away, flying, exploring, walking around a foreign city, that type of thing, just doing something different. Can also be through sports, because Sagittarius also rules a sporty male. So he could be, could be at the gym, but not necessarily, not 100% of the gym. It's more about spirituality, travel, study. So it could be going on some sort of a retreat, could be doing an ayahuasca, could be going on some sort of spiritual pilgrimage, could be going on one of those Camino trail type of things where you're walking and you're going to all these different churches. Could be actually at a church or at a synagogue or a temple or a mosque, or through something to do with a spiritual or religious activity. So that's something to keep in mind. Or it could just be doing something outdoorsy and active. Could be trekking and hiking. Sagittarius rules open spaces and open areas, like big areas. Could be skiing, for example, even though that could be more Capricorn, but it's more like big open places. So it's more like hiking, adventure things to do with big open places. Okay, or rafting, whitewater rafting, something a little bit adventurous. Could also be skiing as well. And I would say this person's highly educated or is interested in education. They're probably well educated. They probably have a degree or two under their belt. They could also be a teacher in their field, or they could be an entrepreneur of some description. They could have stepped out of corporate world or academia and become kind of like a groundbreaking entrepreneur, or doing something unique like a startup, or being a digital nomad as well. You might meet them if you go out and be a digital nomad. You might meet them doing that, because they could also be a digital nomad as well. So let's move on to Jupiter in Capricorn. If you have your Jupiter in Capricorn, this man is going to be very sophisticated. He's going to be probably well off. He might be in the real estate business or owns properties. He could be a little bit frugal with his money, but he does have money usually. Jupiter in Capricorn husband does have money. He likes to be an authority. So he's usually an authority in whatever he's doing. So he's a professor. He could be a leader in his field, whatever that may be. or an owner of his own business, or at the top of a chain of a business. So he could be like an executive manager, a boss, a CEO, that type of thing. He could be right up the chain of where he's gone to work. If he started off in a car factory, he might be right up the top now, you know, a managing director or something like that. So he could very well be at the top of his chain, a person in authority, somebody to look up to. He could be an older as well if you've got Jupiter in Capricorn, a man who's 7 years or more older than yourself. So there could be an age difference with him. He might also take you under his wing and treat you like a muse and kind of look after you in some way as well. Capricorn. He might have a goatee type of appearance as well. He could have like a goatee beard or some sort of goatee appearance to him. Or he might like nature, the outdoors, the mountains, mountaineering, hiking. He might be into animals that live in the mountains, like mountain goats and mountain lions and things like that. Like he might be kind of involved or interested in those sort of things, or goes on vacations in and around nice places in the mountains, like the Rocky Mountains in Canada, for example. So that is Jupiter in Capricorn. Jupiter in Aquarius. You could meet this man online dating. It could be something to do with activism, groups, through friends, associates, networking. It could be just a networking group, something to do with your business, something to do with the field that you work in. You could meet this person in and around a networking activity, or it could be just like come to this event to meet people who are into the same sort of things that you're into, whatever that may be. It could be IT. He might work in IT, innovation, online communities, groups. You might meet this person on Facebook or online communities, or through friends on Facebook, or groups on Facebook, or groups that you get involved with. He might be a little bit different, a little bit out of the box to what you would normally look at, and he might be a little bit of a rebel in some way, or kind of a groundbreaker, or sort of somebody doing something a little bit different in his life. But basically, it could feel unconventional and unique, and he could be a visionary and a humanitarian as well. He might work for the Red Cross or humanitarian organization too, and you might meet him volunteering or doing something like that. Okay, Jupiter in Pisces, and also we want to look at the houses. So you have to look where your Jupiter is in a house, because that can also correlate to the sort of person that you meet and where you meet them. And I've got examples on that as well. So Jupiter in Pisces, through something spiritual, artistic, or healing, could be through massage, could be through somewhere where it's relaxing, a resort, taking it easy, swimming, boating, island hopping, cruising, something very relaxing. Could be around meditation, circles, art, exhibitions, also hospitals and institutions as well, schools. Could be through your dreams or intuition. You might be guided to meet this person somewhere specific. The connection might feel soulful or otherworldly, and they should be a compassionate, creative, and mystical kind of feeling person. They might be very, very intuitive. But Jupiter in Pisces also rules very, very far things, overseas and far away. He could work on boats, work overseas. He might be fly in, fly out for work. He could be from a foreign background. That's highly likely. He might have lived at a big distance to you, or lives at a big distance to you. He could be an immigrant, or you could meet him somewhere remote, in a remote location. And like I said before, keep your eye on islands, the sea, boats, and cruising for Jupiter in Pisces people, or if you've got Jupiter in the 12th house. Okay, so hope that helped, and follow me for more information, or book your personal reading if you would like me to tune in for you exactly when, where, and how this person's going to come into your life. Take care. Ciao for now.